What is going down, everyone? It's time for the hype. I missed last week. I'm here. A lot of stuff to talk about. We got the finals. We got Wemby Mania. We got PSA backlog, 10 million cards. We got that to discuss. We got random news today. Man, thanks for joining us. Thanks for following us. We are going to be kicking off our eBay Live re-debut, the reincarnation of Mojobreak on eBay Live this week with Extended Series Hockey. That is the home of the debut patches of Michael Misa, of Schaefer. So big product for Upper Deck as they get into this game-used debut jerseys and patches. And a new crop of young guns. So catch us on eBay Live. There's rumors that there may be a very special guest on Wednesday's show. If you're listening to this, you might have missed it, but you can catch the replay on that as well on eBay Live. We're also going to be doing singles on eBay Live. Starting at $1, we've got some Wembys going off on this Thursday, as well as we're going to be doing some TCG over there as well. So super excited. We just got back from the eBay campus yesterday. They really rolled out the red carpet for us, showing us some love, and we're excited to repay that back with some fun and entertaining streams on eBay Live. So we're pretty much be live there every day, and you can catch us on eBay Live, whatever we're doing, whatever hockey product, whatever singles show we have going on, entertainment, all kinds of stuff, and it's going to be a blast. So get on over there. One of the longest standing platforms that I've been signed up for 2004 for me. So
when they were established in, was it 95?
I believe so.
I think I read that somewhere. I mean, we also did our little skit. You can see it on Instagram.
Yeah. It's we found the break room there over at eBay campus. Very nice campus, by the way. So just you get free coffee and free soda. I think I'm going to just go back there. I think I'm going to go.
I think there was some pastries.
Yep.
Anybody actually end up eating those pastries?
I did not eat those nutmeg cookies that we grabbed.
The cookies are I think in the building. I think they're here. I had to bring all that product in from my car last night before I left, and there was a bunch of relatively warm cookies. They were still in the bag.
Nice.
But they were kind of melted, but they might be okay now, so you guys can have a little snack.
And tomorrow, you're going to want to join the streams throughout this week at eBay as we're talking about this, and snacks are great, but free cards are even better because we're going to be doing penny drops. If you know what that is, that's the way that you give away. You got to have fast fingers. We're going to be doing some big stuff. I can't really allude too much of what we're doing because it's going to be kind of a surprise tomorrow. But if you're into just winning some free stuff that's awesome, I would definitely jump on these eBay Live feeds because there's going to be some crazy stuff. So speaking of some crazy stuff, let's get into some Wembanyama talk right now. You know, the Spurs are going to the finals any day. I think it's tomorrow as we're recording this on a Tuesday. The NBA finals start, Knicks versus Spurs. I want to play a little impromptu Guess That Price with you, Dan. So there was a 2023 select Victor Wembanyama courtside PSA 6.
Ooh.
That just sold June 1st. What do you think? What do you think it went for?
$800.
It's numbered at 10.
Oh, I thought it was just a
courtside gold.
Yeah, okay,
courtside gold.
Didn't hear the gold.
Courtside gold numbered at 10.
Okay.
PSA 6.
Okay. 5,500.
5,500.
5,500. Right on.
No. I'm just confirming your guess. It actually sold for $29,000. So a card that was graded a 6. It actually in the title says undergraded, which undergraded.
A.
So there's potential.
But you know what? For a modern card, you got to say that's a pretty correct statement. Undergraded, it shouldn't. What happened to it? A 6 is tough.
I don't know.
For a modern card.
After Wembanyama got hurt for the first time, maybe was thrown. I don't know. It just $29,000 is insane to me, but that just speaks the market. I think what's crazy is that, you guessed that. I probably would have guessed a similar number to that without knowing the facts here. That we actually,
but if you go back, let's say you go back 5 months ago, 5,500 would probably be over what it would sell for.
But what I'm alluding to is that, I'm a self-proclaimed expert. You may say I'm not. We've been living this industry for 15 years, so we've seen a lot of sales. We've talked about a lot of sales. We can't predict this stuff.
No,
so doesn't that speak to how wild things are right now?
The crazy, I think with that, like, I think the grade of it being a 6 is like kind of shock value. So I think we automatically just go, oh, that's gonna be well below if it was raw. Because if you said it was a PSA 10, I probably would have been like 6 figures. Like I would like no doubt I would have been like 125,000.
It's crazy. Like, but I'm just saying, like, when the day that the 2026 in June, it's almost impossible to predict pricing, what a card's worth, how to comp a card like this, because all of us would have been wrong. So,
but we already talked about the Wemby prices specifically a month ago, that his finals victory is already baked into his prices. Like that card will not go up if he wins. He could win finals MVP and win the finals. And I don't think that card being a PSA 6 goes up. I think him winning and being the finals MVP is already baked into that price.
It is. So you think we've already hit the peak of his pricing?
I think it's a peak. I think it's time to sell. If you're holding Wemby, I think right now is the time to sell. I think they're probably going to win, and he probably will end up being finals MVP if they do win. But I don't think his prices are going to go up.
We've been wrong. We thought the Thunder were going to win the final or the Eastern Conference Finals. The Western. I'm sorry, Jesus. Western Conference Finals.
Let's face it. I think we just got done watching the NBA Finals. Anyway, I think
the Knicks do match up well for whatever reason against the Spurs.
You betting on the Knicks?
No.
Okay.
No.
I mean, I think,
but I wouldn't have bet on the Spurs to win the Western Conference Finals either.
I think Wemby is just he's almost an impossible matchup.
He definitely carried the team. I mean, Harper had some games. You had Vassell had some moments. You had Fox making some shots, but really it was Wemby that was controlling the whole series. A lot of miles on him in that last series, 7 games. He played most of the minutes. He didn't sit out a whole lot. So, I mean, less rest than we're going to see with...
What is he, 20?
He's like 20, 23, 22.
Yeah, he's... I think he's got something left in the tank. I think he's got another series in him.
So, what are you saying? Spurs in 4, Spurs in 5, Spurs in 6?
I'm still... The one thing that I will say about the Knicks is that, like, they have to lose a game at some point. I don't think that series goes longer than 5 games, but the Knicks are on a tremendous winning streak for the playoffs.
They are. But it starts in San Antonio too. So
I think they lose that. I think they get 1 game out of the series. I think it's 4-1 Spurs. But we also are going to have the NHL finals at the same time.
Yep.
So we got the Vegas Golden Knights and the Carolina Hurricanes. Who do you got?
I think it's hard to go with the Knights because of the rivalry, but I think I'm going with the Knights.
I'm going Knights. The Hurricanes, very good. Very good. But the Knights, and I don't really feel like there's a rivalry between the Sharks and the Knights. Currently the Sharks have to be good and be a playoff team to justify having a rival.
Yeah. I mean, they have the ultimate home field advantage of bringing a road team to Vegas, right? As well. So, I mean, I don't know.
I mean, I don't understand. Great food. Not a lot of temptations in Vegas.
No, not at all.
Pretty mellow city. Pretty mellow. No reason to be out until 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. It's pretty kind of mellows out at 11 o'clock.
There was this. So who do you have winning the Conn Smythe then?
The Conn Smythe is the MVP. Is that the MVP?
Of the playoffs.
Of the playoffs?
Yep.
Oh, Mitch Marner?
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find the video, and I'm trying
Poor Maple Leafs, right? They
Well,
have, they
so
have
this
Mitch
was-
Marner, and then like he leaves and he instantly goes to Vegas, and he's probably going to win a Stanley Cup.
Well, this is the fight. There's a girl, and she's made so much content off of this, right? So she's a Leafs fan, right? And at the beginning of the playoffs, when all the teams were involved, she was like, if Mitch Marner wins the Conn Smythe, I will do whatever the top comment says. And the top comment is voted by people that are in the comments, right? And the top comment was, have a baby with me. So she's been running with this thing. Like, she's like, I don't want him to win the, thing, the Conn Smythe, because the top comment, like 12,000 likes on this one comment from this other person. And she's actually made like 40 pieces of content just around this comment, because he's like got like 20 goals or 20 points or whatever it is.
Yeah, no, he's
killing
had it. He's had a great postseason.
So she's kind of like now having to think about backing out from the deal that she made, because she didn't think that Mitch Marner was going to continue to ascend here. So
that should be a reality TV show.
She might get it
90 Day Fiance. You can have whoever wins the Conn Smythe.
Yeah, whoever wins the Conn Smythe. I mean, it's one of those things where she was so mad about Mitch Marner leaving the Maple Leafs that she hoped for his downfall, and it was quite the opposite of that. So that's what's going on there, and it's an interesting scenario for her. I don't think in the world of that we live in that you could just randomly do that with somebody in the comments and live out what the comments say, because should have been like the top comment should be like eat a bug or something, right? Because that's something that you can.
You do social media, right? Do you think it's going to be that wholesome?
No.
I actually thought you were going to say something far worse than that.
No, I mean that's pretty bad though. I mean,
unless, it's pretty bad, but
unless it's a fairy tale wedding, and
I think I'm desensitized to the comments on the old social media that I'm just like, yeah, one, doesn't surprise me. Two, I expected it to be far worse.
Yeah,
and eat a bug is that's way too wholesome. It's
way
like
too wholesome.
It's like Sesame Street over here.
Yeah,
that's not where we're at.
Yeah.
Not on the social media.
No, and I'm just getting as I get ready for extended series and all this hockey I've been getting into lately, I'm getting a lot more hockey content, and that was one that is really ranking high on the content level of it, because it is very controversial.
I've watched a lot of playoffs. It's been fun to watch. Vegas, man, Vegas is good. They're one of those teams that I feel like got really, really hot at the right time.
Another, 33 years now without a Canadian team winning the finals?
Yeah, last one I think was the Canadians.
And they were in the running this year, and then obviously you've had Edmonton the last 2 years too that couldn't get the job done against Florida.
I really thought the Avalanche had a phenomenal regular season, and Brent Burns, former Shark great on the Avalanche, but he was on the Hurricanes.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first year he's been on the Avalanche. Poor Brent Burns can't get a cup.
Yeah, he won't. He can't. He's cursed. He brought the San Jose curse with him. I mean, Pavs too. Pavs had a shot.
But you know who can get one? Tomas Hertl.
Old Tomas. Tomas can get one. Yeah, Mitch Marner is currently the favorite for the Conn Smythe. Frederik Andersen, goalie for the Hurricanes, is number 2. Taylor Hall, number 3.
Taylor Hall.
Carter Hart.
I was going to go Carter Hart.
Logan Stankoven, and Jack Eichel, 6th, rounding out the Conn Smythe, champions. Is there a play on any of these guys' cards to maybe rise here as we talk about the Stanley Cup Final?
Well, Jack Eichel, wasn't there? He was a Leaf exclusive his rookie year, wasn't he?
He was. Yep.
So you can still get his young guns, but I think
still get his young guns.
I think the autographs.
No, they reinserted them.
Oh, that's right.
The next year.
Yeah.
So they use the old year design. So he's still out there for the Sabres.
For the
Sabres would be his rookie year. So Yeah, with all this hockey we're going to be doing on eBay Live, so jump in. We're going to do some dollar auctions on some Connor Bedard year stuff, and we're doing PYT on the new extended series, which has the debut patch. So go ahead and head on over there and bookmark the show. We're going to be doing hockey at least one day a week, if not 2 to 3 times a week. So bookmark those shows if you're into hockey. Upper Deck makes some of the most fantastic looking products that are out there. And we may be giving away some cup too. So stay tuned on all of that. And if you're a Rams fan, don't listen to this anymore because I hate you. If you're a Rams fan and you guys got Myles Garrett, and that sucks.
Just trying to figure out like the route that the parade's going to take. Probably not. I mean, they should have a parade here. Just for
well, either place has more
4 or 5
49er
Ram fans that live in Northern California.
Well, there's 4 or 5 that live in Southern California too. So Levi South.
They're not when you're just making masterful front office moves like that. That is just a way to truly build a fan base. You go out and you get the greatest player at his position, a generational player, Myles Garrett. You have a secondary that you went out and you just completely rebuilt. I mean, Rams they're playing Madden on cheat code right now. $8 million cap hit on Myles Garrett is all they have to pay this year. Something else people weren't really talking about. $8 million.
So the Browns are paying the rest?
And you know who and I was watching it. There's a Niner fan on, I think it might have been Twitter, I believe. He had a rant. He was going off that the Niners they just don't make those type of moves. And the Rams go out and get Myles Garrett. The Niners sign Cam Sample.
We signed Mike Evans.
Cam Sample to Cam Sample is not Myles Garrett.
But we have now we probably, if you want to talk about the Mount Rushmores of receivers, they've all played for our team at this point now.
Okay.
So you got, your Randy Moss, Jerry Rice, Terrell Owens, Isaac Bruce, your boy couldn't hang over there in St. Louis. Why don't the Rams move back to St. Louis? That'd be great. Move back to St. Louis. Nobody's going over there. It's just because they go to L.A. They have like a L.A. vibe. How do the St. Louis fans feel about this?
Don't care.
You don't care.
Don't care. Yeah. And then the rumor today, we're talking today on Tuesday, a day after the trade, is that the greatest, and you could, the Mount Rushmore of all-time football players is kicking the tires on making a comeback.
He's old now,
and that's the great Aaron Donald. Whew. Coming back for veteran league minimum as a rotational player on the defensive line. I'm sorry, guys. There's 31 teams that don't have to show up this year. Just don't even go through your OTAs, go through your preseason, have fun, show off some new threads if you got new uniforms. But besides that, you can just call it quits and just wait for the next draft because this season is over.
Yeah, as long as he can stay healthy. You can't strike lightning twice. You can't get lucky and get a washed up a quarterback that played for the Lions that took so many hits MVP over all these years.
Coming off an MVP year.
Yeah, and this guy's coming off the most amount of sacks ever.
Wow, it's a selling point.
It is. How's he going to replicate?
Where's the 180? Where's the negative?
The negative is he's got too much miles on his body. He's not going to be able to.
His name is Myles.
Well, I know. That's what I'm saying. He's got too much miles on that body. So he's going to break down.
So you're glad the Niners didn't make a move for Myles Garrett. You figured that Cam Sample was the guy.
We have Bosa's coming back. We have Fred Warner. Bosa we have Greenlaw.
But you want to talk about Myles. Bosa has had 3 ACL tears.
And we have the best left tackle of all time to guard Myles Garrett as well. So the best.
The only guy I believe that's older than Matt Stafford.
Still doing it at a high level.
Did he win MVP?
Has an offensive lineman ever won MVP?
I mean, if he was good enough, it would be a question.
I mean, in all seriousness to the listeners, so June 2nd, today, June 2nd, yes. A Myles Garrett 2017 Prism rookie, PSA 10. They were all silvers back then. $540. Okay, so we've seen a little bit of a jump there with this news. Do we see potential in this card growing beyond that? I mean, it's a defensive player. He is arguably in the conversation of top 10 of all time, maybe top 20 of all time, maybe top 30, actually. I'll be more realistic. He's in the conversation for top 30 defense of all time. Do we see some growth here?
Top 30.
Top 30 of all time.
Top 30.
Yeah. I mean, because there's like Stubblefield, there's Bryant Young. I mean, there's Isaac Sapawaga. Javon Kinlaw. I mean, Kevin Green as a Niner, not as a Ram. I mean, Gary Plummer. There's Ken Norton Jr. as a Niner, not as a Cowboy. There's a lot of guys in front of him, but he's in the conversation top 30. So do we see some, a potential here that because he's in LA, that his Browns rookie cards will ascend?
Okay, how many preseason games do we have? 3. Then you have 17 regular season games. You have 20. I'm just trying to figure out how many games in a row they win, because that is going to affect.
Sean McVay doesn't win preseason games. He doesn't play anybody.
The team is so good that we're going to win from the sidelines. We're going to have to go out there and make plays.
I mean, you got receivers that bite women now, so I don't know.
I don't know
who you're going to throw to, because this guy's not going to be out there because he's going to be in jail. So
he's going
to jail. Oh. I didn't say his name. I'm just saying there's a guy on your team that bites women.
You go on Twitter and it's just like that trade just NFC West fans just went in an absolute spiral yesterday. They're like, I was seeing people who were like truly posting, hoping for injuries. Like, the only move you got going into the season is not rooting for your team, but it's rooting for Rams players to get hurt. That's a sad existence.
I know how it is. Same thing happens, but we actually do get injured. So I mean, people hope that we
nobody hopes Niner players get hurt.
I mean, we have the most championship games appearances in the entire NFL. So I mean, and then we also have the second most amount of Super Bowls that we have ever won. So we have a lot of hatred. So I get it. I've been in your seat many times.
Silver,
before. Many times before.
Nothing wrong with bronze. What's after bronze?
You have 2 Super Bowls, right? You have 2?
2.
Okay. It's cute. I mean,
oh man,
it's cute.
I got the easiest setup joke ever is the fact that the last Niner Super Bowl, you have to go get a VHS player because that's the only way you can see it.
It doesn't matter when you did it. It's how many you have. It doesn't matter how long it's been.
It's been so long.
It has been.
It's been so long.
You guys haven't caught up in 35 years. 35 years.
Honestly,
maybe 35 years to catch up.
We were talking about eBay. We were talking about, eBay did not exist the last time the Niners won a Super Bowl.
That's true, yeah.
Just wrap your head around that.
But the soil that they're building on was because the Niners were so successful, and people wanted to move out to the Bay Area.
The Levi Stadium?
No, well, it was Candlestick back then. But I'm saying the area that all these companies set up in was
Hunter's Point.
Well, Candlestick.
I don't see a lot of
but it's called the Bay Area. So anywhere that they could move.
So you're saying because of the Niners' success,
Google, Apple,
all
eBay,
Silicon Valley, all the tech companies wanted to move here to be close to the Niners,
to a winner. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not the Raiders.
No. I mean, they were like 79, right? That was the last time they won. So.
82, I believe, when they went to LA.
I mean, when Wozniak, well, they were born here, but like Wozniak, and they're starting up Apple. They're like, why would we move anywhere else? This is the land of a winner, right? We have the 49ers that just have a winning legacy here. Same thing with Google. They're like, why would we want to go anywhere else? I mean, North Carolina is kind of a hub, right? But no, you want to go to where the winning air is.
Google
breathed.
Formed and the Niners hadn't won for like a decade.
Yeah, but probably some of their founders were kids in the 80s, right? So they remember the success and the winning culture that Jerry Rice and Joe Montana built.
At straws here. I think we're trying real hard to create a narrative that just absolutely doesn't exist, but that's fine.
I mean, the Rams had to move a little bit closer to get the air, right? To get the successful air that the Niners have created. They had to move closer. They were like, St. Louis, not happening over here. They're not going to happen over here. The greatest show on turf is a long time ago.
Believe the Rams were in California before the Niners?
That's a good trivia question.
The Rams at some point were in Chicago, and at some point they were in Cleveland, but they moved to LA, I would say sometime in the early 50s. I remember like it was yesterday.
The Rams were in California first.
Yeah.
The Rams relocated from Cleveland to Los Angeles in 1946.
Yeah.
Making them the first professional sports team on the West Coast. The San Francisco 49ers were established the same year in the AAFC.
We don't even know what that is.
But did not join the NFL until 1950. So, hey, it's pretty close. It's,
Yeah. So what were you saying now?
We're in the Bay Area, so,
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, good luck. I mean, you guys got three more to win. You guys got 3 more to win before we start having a conversation. So, you get one this year. You guys got 3.
I mean, we should have won this one. We should have won it at your place.
Sam Darnold.
Fluke play. Yeah. 2-point conversion. Still nobody can definitively say that was an actual 2-point conversion, but it is what it is.
I think they talked about it in the meetings, didn't they? And they still didn't come to any conclusion on it.
But yeah, it is what it is. I mean, we would have beat New England. I mean, you guys probably would have beat New England.
Yeah, I think anybody would have beat New England. But back to this Myles Garrett card. Do you think there's any room for growth if somebody's thinking
defensive players are tough? And remember that you just started seeing Myles Garrett autographs in products because he didn't sign a rookie autograph deal.
Yep.
He was first overall pick. I think he probably wanted first overall quarterback money. And we all know that, like,
what we heard.
Defensive players don't sell very well. I mean, you look at like JJ Watt at one point sold really well. TJ Watt at one point sold really well. But can you name anybody else? I mean, actually, Myles Garrett, like you said, $550 for a PSA 10 is high, I think.
That's why I'm like, have we already peaked? Is the Super Bowl built in? Because this was a sale that happened today. So have we already built in the Super Bowl with, Lord help me here if that happens. But at least it's not in Levi. It's going to be over there. But Lord help me. Yeah. I mean, 2017. Now that's what's crazy about this too. Is nobody's gonna rip 2017 product because it's Mahomes' year. So you potentially have in 2017, fast forward 20, 30 years, that you have the greatest defensive player of all time and possibly the greatest quarterback of all time.
Yeah, and you also the year is pretty good because you also have Christian McCaffrey.
Yep,
and you also have Cooper Kupp. I feel like I'm forgetting. Is it? No, Baker was.
You have Watson.
18.
You have Watson, but
yeah. But yeah, CMC and Cooper Kupp and Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, good year.
Would you say it's a better value or a better year for the hobby than 2020?
As of today, yes. Because I don't think, besides Jalen Hurts, who doesn't really sell for whatever reason, is the only guy that's 2017 has accomplished so much more than 2020 has so far.
But 2020, you have Herbert and Burrow.
Yep.
Who are all pro caliber quarterback talents. Hurts and Tua, I think they've kind of fallen off a little bit. Want to say there's got to be there's got to be receiver and running back at a 20.
Jefferson? I think Jefferson might be 2020 because 2021 would be Jamar.
No, or is it Jamar Chase?
Jamar Chase is 21.
Okay.
So it's Jefferson 2020. Yeah. So, I mean, you got that as well. That's a tough call. I mean, 2020 is probably cheaper than 2017. So with a little bit more potential, but you got the 3 Super Bowl championships for, Mahomes. You have the all-time sack leader in Myles Garrett. Like legacy-wise, those are probably 2 guaranteed Hall of Famers, where 2020. I don't know if you can guarantee any of those guys being Hall of Famers yet. I mean, something to think about. Got a couple more things to talk about. PSA, as you know, if you're a local to the Mojobreak shop here in Santa Clara, and if you're ever in the area, stop by. We're open 11 to 7 every day. We've got 5,000 plus square feet of retail space goodness with singles, boxes, wax that you can rip. You can watch breaks. We have a lot going on, but we have PSA Submission Center in our store. And, we're obviously really late to this news, but to talk about it, because we film our podcast on Monday or Tuesday, late last week, all value tier submissions have been paused indefinitely with no expiration dates for PSA to catch up on the 10 million cards that they have backlogged, that they've done different techniques to try to stop. They've increased prices. They've delayed times on these tiers, and nothing seems to stop the flow of cards coming in. So they had to make the harsh decision to pause all these value tiers and value bulk and all these submission levels. And I think the cheapest level is $80.
And what is that? What's that labeled as?
Regular max?
Regular?
I'm not too sure. We're doing this on the fly, but
I do believe it's like regular.
Yeah. So, I mean, not going to kick a dead horse here that of, the outrage of the people that what we've heard is that, 6 to 8 months ago, they were grading 40 to 50,000. This is a number I'm just throwing out, but they were growing 40 to 50,000 cards a month or a day. I'm sorry, 40 to 50,000 cards a day. They've increased capacity to $125,000 a day, and they still cannot stop the backlog. So they had to make a harsh decision and, pause the services. Now it's not great for everybody, including us. We're going to have less traffic coming in the store. But I think it's necessary to fulfill the customer demand and not push things out further and get caught up and, do some R&D and get some more people on staff to really, get this service back to where it needs to be. And it's an interesting scenario because they can't predict how many cards are coming in, right? So we want to give them flack for not being prepared. I think that's a fair assessment from the community, but people can send in, there's no like with us, we could do we're doing 20 breaks today and that's it, right? Well, they have people from around the country and around the world sending in cards to them. They can never prepare for the amount of cards that are coming in. And I think the emergence of TCG has really kind of pushed things over the edge with them. So what is your opinion on it, Dan?
Their product is such in demand that they could essentially ask for a price of whatever amount of money, and people will still do it. I think what this will obviously eliminate is going to be the cards that are going to be that potentially could have a market value of like $50 to $150 to $200 cards, because you're not going to spend $80 to grade a card that's potentially going to sell for $120.
Yep.
So the base rookies, the mass grading, like sending in 10 or 20 Jackson Dart Chrome base cards to see if you can get 10s, is probably going to get eliminated right now at that.
Yeah, I think
$80
anything
point.
under $500, right? So now we got to see what kind of liquidity goes into the marketplace faster, right? Because now it's like this. I mean, the interesting play is going to see what the comps do, because you pull the $500 card out of Topps Chrome basketball, you're probably going to send it for grading, or some people are. So it's going to be less sales, less comps for a while till you get it back. Now it's PSA 10; it's a different comp level. So now we're going to see what really happens with raw cards being sold.
Now, potentially
at that level.
Like, what if they hypothetical, and this is all hypothetically, what if PSA in 3 months they reassess their financials and they're like, well, we did grade less cards, but our revenue was about the same amount of money. So we basically made the same amount of money and basically provided less services and graded less cards.
Right.
So we're more efficient now. Is there a world where that value tier never returns? If they're like, we're not seeing a decrease in revenue at an $80 minimum, why would you go back and ever offer a cheaper tier?
Right. Well, they kind of have it all wrapped up with BGS, them owning BGS and SGC as well, right? So,
well, can't you potentially market and use those companies as your value grading companies, Beckett and CGC, and then you have like PSA as like the premium brand for grading?
Yeah, you could. Let me ask you this too. Junk wax era? Are we in the junk slab era? Are we going to look back 30 years from now and we're going to see a card that has especially on the Pokemon side, we're going to see like some SIR that's, I mean, we already see it. You're going to see you see a population 50,000 on PSA 10s. That is now officially, like, that's why I'm saying like junk slab era, because, oh yeah, like why, this is somebody, you know, when 2065, 30 years from now, close to 30 years from now.
I think we already saw the junk slab era.
Well, that was when there was a bunch of different,
because remember there was 40,000 different grading companies, like everybody, like, I mean, and we've all seen them.
Because right now it's fluid, and you can sell a card that has a 50,000 pop, and it still goes for somewhat of a premium in a PSA 10. But let's say 30 years from now, and we're back in a lull, or even 15 years from now, we're in a lull. People are going to be like, well, I don't need to buy that card because there's 50,000 of them in a PSA 10 now, right? So that's something to consider. That could be like people are going to look back. Remember when PSA shut down value tiers? That's why we have the junk slab era.
I get it.
You know, sports cards are numbered, so there's a little bit less. I mean, there's obviously base cards and base refractors and things like that have high pop counts, but the TCG generation is grading these SIRs, and there's unlimited amounts of pop counts on these.
Yeah. I mean, I think we, as a hobby, we did get kind of crazy with the grading aspect where you're just like, I get a base card, I get it graded, it's a 10. It goes from being a $5 card raw to a $90 card in a 10. Like, there was a lot of dealers where that was like their cheat code was basically like grade out of everything.
Yep.
Like, you can grade out of stuff and you could basically increase 5, 6, 10 times on these base cards. So I think right now you're going to see that completely end. But to your point, like, what do these raw base rookies go for now? When you don't have the prospect of being able to submit it and get it graded and being worth 6x, like, are these base rookies now just going to kind of bottom out at like $2 to $3 like they were 10 years ago?
Well, yeah. And that's what I'm concerned with is that there's maybe 20 of them that hit the market. There's 30 of them. And I'm using like maybe like a number to 99 card that, you know, like maybe not necessarily Cooper Flag, but like a guy that's in that $500 range where it's like you would see like 10 to 20 of them on the market, and that helps the comp. And then the other ones are waiting to get graded. So there's not as much competition at the same time. Now all that competition is going to be in the marketplace at the same time because they're not going to be some for grading, which is going to pause the comp. Like, the grading kind of helps pause the comp in a sense, unless it's like a high-end card that gets overnighted and it gets turned, you know, next day. But those $0 to $500 cards that normally would grade for $24, granted, they did take a long time, but they kind of help the raw cards, less raw cards in the market. There's going to be more competition. We'll see what that does. Lastly, before we move on, I know, and Cody's not on this podcast today. He's probably really going to love to talk about this, but I wanted to look over the checklist of Disney Chrome. And, we're going to be breaking that. It comes out mid-June. I think June 17th is the date. So as we sit here, so it's 2 weeks from today. They brought in some Disney Channel autographs. So they brought in, we have Demi Lovato signing.
Cool.
We have Miley Cyrus as Hannah Montana. We have Raven Simone from That's So Raven. Vanessa Hutchinson from High School Musical. They even have Johnny Depp signing as Captain Jack Sparrow. So I like what they're doing with this set. Owen Wilson's also Lightning McQueen, which I think is fantastic. Any celebrity.
Is Owen Wilson he's the voice of Lightning McQueen.
He is.
I did not know that.
He's the voice of Lightning McQueen. I mean, you can go down the list. You got Billy Crystal, Mike Wazowski, which I think he's signed before already. But and it's really the who's who of anybody that's done any Disney voice that's a popular celebrity. So we always talk about like how can they outdo themselves with Mickey and Minnie every single year, and I feel like this is an avenue that this set's going to be pretty cool. I mean, my daughters watch a lot of Demi Lovato. My wife listens to some of her songs. I'd like a Demi Lovato auto. That'd be cool. So Disney Channel autographs. I just want to get the listeners' opinions because traditional Disney, Mickey, Minnie, the movies, and Disney Channel, it's kind of two different things, right? It's kind of, I don't know. It's under the Disney umbrella, but it's not like the same thing for me.
Couldn't they get like all the like Britney Spears and who else?
Well, you could do Mickey Mouse Club then.
Mickey Mouse Club. Like
Justin Timberlake,
Ryan Gosling, Christina Aguilera.
Yep. You could go a lot of different ways.
Some other people who are in Sync or Backstreet Boys that were in there.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you do have some stuff that's already happened that they're making again. You have a Tom Hanks, Tim Allen in here. So people that have gotten their autos from Pixar and some of the other sets are probably like, well, what, or Disneyland 75th. They're like, wait a second, well, you got more of the same. So you have that.
It's like the Ohtani. You're not going to make a baseball product and not put Ohtani in
True,
it, right?
True. Triple auto of Johnny Depp, Keira Knightley, and Orlando Bloom. That should be pretty big. Because we've only seen stuff like that on Leaf Pop Century, which doesn't tend... I mean, it tends to sell decently, but not as much as you're going to get with the full Pirates of the Caribbean license here. Matthew Broderick, Nathan Lane, Ernie Sabella, Lion King, Simba, Timon, and Pumbaa. Matthew Broderick, because I don't remember him signing too much. So... I mean, they've got quad autographs of... I'm
assuming autographs are going to be tough to pull, though.
It's a pretty big list, but yes. I mean, even have a Dina Menzel.
I don't think we're looking at one autograph a box. It's probably going to be probably going to be one autograph maybe two autographs a case.
Probably. I mean, it's a pretty crazy list. The reflections look amazing. They got the sketch cards in there again. I know our friends Emma and Cody are really like, they can't wait for this set because I think they've really outdone themselves on this. So we'll be, hopefully breaking some of that with them soon. You even got the facsimile autographs of Mickey, Minnie, Goofy, Pluto, Woody, Sully, Mr. Incredible. So for you entertainment fans, look for breaks on that coming up. And they have the 101 Walt that they do every year, the one and only Walt. It looks like it's going to be a pretty big set. So I'm pretty excited to see some Disney Chrome as a big Disney fan. So
I'm kind of Disneyed out.
You just got back.
Yeah.
So
I have a Disney. I think I have Disney fatigue. Yeah. What a spot, man. What a place.
What's your favorite thing about this Disney trip?
Actually going to, because last time we just went to Disneyland for 2 days. We didn't do the park hopper. So going to California Adventure, I hadn't been there for almost 20 years. That was fun. The Cars Land, very cool. The Marvel area, very cool. The fact that you can get an adult beverage there, very cool.
Very cool. Oh, this is interesting. I'm sorry to keep switching subjects, but I had the checklist in front of me here. So they have the Disney Channel cards. There won't be autos here, but they have Maya Hart from Girl Meets World, who is Sabrina Carpenter. So probably Sabrina Carpenter's rookie card, right? I would think.
I didn't.
She's really popular.
No, I think I know who it is. I didn't know she was on Disney Channel.
So yeah, she started with the reboot of Boy Meets World was Girl Meets World.
Yes.
So it had all this, Topanga was in there, all these, as parents.
I remember the reboot. I didn't know she was. Is that where she came from?
Yep.
But she's like, she's in music now, right?
Yes.
That's her main. That's her main thing.
Yeah, huge. Yeah. Coachella. Yeah. Late night shows. Yeah. She is probably the Britney Spears of this generation, I would say. And I don't even think there's anybody that's second right now. Like there's not like a Christina Aguilera. There's a few fringe ones. I mean, country music's really popular, and the God, I can't think of her name. The girl that sings the Texas song is really popular right now too. So yeah, I mean, there's also Hannah Montana, or I mentioned Hannah Montana, Lizzie McGuire. So Hillary Duff. Didn't sign, but has a card that I could see. And I think they have a High School Musical set.
Zac Efron?
So I don't know the name of his character, but I'm assuming that he's on this checklist for High School Musical. So I think what's cool about this too is that it's this High School Musical. Troy Bolton, Gabriel Montez, Sharpay Evans, Ryan Evans, Chad. I think those are character names, right? So what is Zac Efron's? Let's see, Zac Efron High School Musical. Troy Bolton, yes. So he's on there. So that's Troy Bolton. So yeah. So I think you're going to get your 20-someths, like your bubbas that maybe grew up on some of this stuff. They're going to be interested in that. So it should be a huge set. And we'll leave you guys at that. But catch us on eBay Live. We're doing some podcasts with the Sports Card Nonsense guys soon about our eBay Live debut. So look for that podcast. And we'll see you guys in the feeds. And check us out next week on The Hype. Peace.
Later.